football. We took it to the playoffs. Collinsville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House. The school of champions, we laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked to be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm by my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapest crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now we're good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me. K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh boys,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Kahok Stadium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. It is a beautiful afternoon here in the Midwest, sunny and about 70 degrees, as we welcome you to the broadcast booth here at Kahok Stadium as we get you ready for some boys soccer between Collinsville and Belleville East. My name is Todd Duke. Brett Moore will be along in just a moment as we welcome you in to the Chiropractic Works pregame show, brought to you by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center. That's just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call, 343-3602, or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Kahawks come into this contest with a record of 8-2 under their fourth-year head coach Rob Lugie, who comes in with his overall record of 58-25. Belleville East, they come in at 5-4, and they are under their first-year head coach Ron English. English takes over for James Chambers, who was there for 3 years and compiled a 28-29-7 record. Chambers, by the way, is still the head coach of the Lady Lancers soccer program, and he is heading into his third year of doing that next month. It's probably a good idea that he gave up one of them because, man, these spring and summer season, if you will, are overlapping each other this year. So we're going to find out here in a couple of weeks when we have boys soccer and girls soccer going on at the same time. So as far as Chambers was concerned, no regional championships. The last regional championships for the Lancers came back in 2006 when they went 12-5-3 under Mark Lastly. They have 4 regional championships in their program history, 1985 and 86, plus 2002, and the one I just mentioned, 2006. And they are coming off of a 1-0 loss at home versus O'Fallon on Thursday. Their netminder, if you will, the goalkeeper, Caleb Simpson, allowed that 1 goal on 9 shots in that game. Collinsville, they are riding a 6-game win streak after Thursday's 2-0 win at Belleville West. It's the 5th shutout of the year and the 3rd in a row. So half of the games for Collinsville this year have been shutouts by the Kahawks. The other 3 wins, the Kahawks only allowed 1 goal. So Collinsville's heading in the right direction there, Mr. Brett Borm.
Yeah, exactly, Todd. Collinsville's got a defense that's really stepping up for them this year. I think if I did my math right, they're averaging under a goal a game. And it starts with the defense and the center backs of Braden Schrage and Dayton Compton quarterbacking that back line. Now we just need Collinsville's offense to kick in a little bit more. More than 2 goals a game is going to be needed to get through the rest of this conference.
Sure will. It's a beautiful day outside, as you may be able to tell from the camera view that is supplied to us by the Huddle camera attached to the rooftop here at Kahok Stadium. We are going to take a break. We have more names and more numbers that will be coming your way next as the Chiropractic Works pregame show continues here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
And once again, we welcome you back to the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We're getting you ready for some boys soccer between Collinsville and Belleville East. We mentioned that the last game Collinsville played in 2-0 shutout win over Belleville West at Belleville West, but I didn't give you the goal scorers. Gavin Chrisman, just promoted from the JV team, scored a goal in that game, as did Luis Fernandez. And that brings us to the time that these two teams played each other, Belleville East and Collinsville, at Belleville East on March the 18th. Collinsville won that game 1-0 in overtime. Tag Baker with the game-winning goal in the first overtime period, and an assist to the goalkeeper, Miguel Gaspar, who logged 100 minutes in that game and stopped all 8 shots on goal. Brett Borm, you were there. Your memories of the game?
My memories of the game were the conditions were awful. It was one of those cold, rainy nights that we had a couple weeks ago. Not a whole lot of offense generated on either side of the ball. It took getting into overtime with, as you said, with the assist from Miguel Gaspar. I believe it was off of a punt that Tag Baker was able to get control of and put one in the back of the net to send the Kahawks home as winners.
I talked to Coach Lugie earlier. I did through text message, not in person, because I was doing my homework. What in the world's going on down there? People dropping stuff?
Something from
drop off the roof?
Something from up above.
Well, let's hope it was a object and not a person.
It was just an iPad.
Okay, that's, okay, a lot better than a person. Like, what does that sound? So, I'm doing my homework, and I've discovered that Miguel Gaspar has not allowed a goal yet this year. So I had to ask Coach Lugan, is this right? Is Miguel not allowed a goal this year? And he got back with me about an hour later, and he's like, yeah, it looks like you're right. He is not allowed a goal this year as far as goalkeeping is concerned.
Yeah, Miguel, as we talked about earlier in the season, transitioned, I believe, from a field player last year to the goalkeeper position this year. And you wouldn't know it by looking at him. He's making good saves. I believe the last home game we had against help me, Todd.
I'm trying to help you, but
we just play.
I had a football game last night, so
got it. Well,
Edwardsville
yes. Made a phenomenal diving save to his right that was headed up to that upper 90 corner of the goal. Made a phenomenal save, kept the game scoreless for the Kahawks, and we eventually came out winners in that one as well. So, yes, he's turned out to be a good add as a goalkeeper.
Miguel Gaspar, I know that there's some minutes missing from the stats on the STL site, but we'll read what we have from that site. 370 minutes for Gaspar, 5-0 on the year, 6 shutouts, so he's responsible for more of the shutouts. Solo, that's what he has. And, he has no goals against average because he hasn't allowed a goal. He's made 27 saves and hasn't allowed one in, so his save percentage is 1,000. So,
yeah, Collinsville's goalkeepers have benefited immensely from, as I said earlier, the defense that they have playing in front of them. As I said, led by Schragi, Compton also playing that center back role. The defense has been strong throughout the season. What a great plus it is to have them in the purple and white.
Caleb Simpson will be between the pipes for Belleville East. Here are his numbers: 760 minutes. He is 5-4 on the year. He has 1 shutout. He's allowed 16 goals, so he has a goals against average of 1.68. 42 saves on the year for Simpson, so his save percentage is hovering right around 73% or close to it anyway. The team numbers that we have for you as far as averages are concerned: Collinsville is averaging scoring 2 goals per game, while Belleville East is averaging 1.7 goals per game. But as Mr. Bourne mentioned over there, it's the defense. The goals against 0.9 against Collinsville, so they're allowing less than a goal a game, while Belleville East is allowing almost as many as Collinsville is scoring per game at 1.9. So advantage, I would think, to Collinsville in that department.
Yeah, we've got to get this offense clicking. We at the Belleville West game we just played, plenty of opportunities to score, and just weren't able to cash in throughout that game until Gavin Chrisman put that second goal in for Collinsville late to seal that victory.
Yeah, Collinsville has scored 20 goals on the year, while Belleville East has scored 15, so that's close. The difference is in the defense, where Belleville East has allowed 17 goals on the year, and Collinsville, as we mentioned, has just allowed That's our final break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. When we come back, we'll pass along the starting lineups to you and any other nuggets of information we may have. That may
As the
come
Director
your way
of
next
Sports
on the
Medicine at
Kahok
Next
Sports
Level
Network.
Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KHOKSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KHOKSports.com.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Oh, okay. I know how to get a hold of him. Okay. Awesome. And once again, we welcome you back to Kahok Stadium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. Todd Duke, Brett Borm, along with you as we're almost set to go here between Collinsville and Belleville East. Let's give you the starters. Told you Caleb Simpson, the goalkeeper for Belleville East. In front of him, you will find Landon Peretta, Maxwell McCullum, Brock Forney, Quentin Enriquez, Braden Leonard, Caden O'Connor, Luke Bell, Derek Kester, Andrew Moran, and Gavin English. For Collinsville, Miguel Gaspar will be in goal. In front of Miguel, you'll find Dane Compton, Trey Peterson, Tag Baker, Braden Shiragi, Yahir Figueroa, Landon Mahat, Luis Fernandez, Adam Reiniger, Alex Lorsback, and Jackson Peril. Collinsville, of course, the home team. They're dressed in all purple. Numbers are in whites on the fronts and the backs of their jerseys. Belleville East, they have on the white tops and the sky blue shorts. And they have the word East over the tops of their numbers on the fronts of their jerseys. It's a very beautiful day. Caleb Simpson is in goal to your left. He'll be wearing the very bright green. And Miguel Gaspar in goal to your right, dressed in all black. We are underway, and Collinsville has a throw-in. Jackson Peril launches the ball all the way downfield. Do have a stiff breeze blowing here today. Collinsville with a chance right off the bat, but the centering pass didn't find Yahir Figueroa. And Belleville West comes out of there, and Luis Fernandez punches that ball out of bounds.
Todd, that wind that's blowing to the south was a factor in the JV game. Balls were getting hung up quite a bit, both from the goalkeeper and the goal kicks, so that's something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, although it's a nice warm day out here, the wind is coming in from the north, so it's blowing from the right of your screen to the left of your screen. Yeah. So a little bit different than what we've been used to out here when the wind has been coming from the opposite direction and keep us all nice and cold. And it's a little bit of a different story today. Beautiful day outside, that's for sure. It's supposed to get nice and warm tomorrow.
It's a great day for soccer.
It is.
I'm starting to become a fan, I think, of this boys' soccer during the spring versus the fall, where you start cold now, getting warm versus the other direction.
Yeah. Throw in for Collinsville from the far side, and Peterson tries to corral it down. He does. Jackson Peril over there kicks it back toward the goal and right into the hands of Caleb Simpson. We're just underway. Just about a minute and a half in. And play takes place at midfield. Kahawks still hoping on and clinging to a chance to be Southwestern Conference champions. That's the only thing you can hold your hat on these days. There will be no playoffs. So about the only thing you can hope for is, that one's going to be picked up by Compton before it could get into the goal as Gaspar looks a little hurt. He banged bodies over there. One of the Belleville East players is down as well. Gaspar is just bent over while over on the far side, Braden Leonard is still on the ground. They stopped the clock for the injury timeout.
That was a pretty good collision between Miguel Gaspar and that East forward. I think running into Miguel Gaspar would be like running into a Mack truck. So
sure would be.
I'm sure he's feeling that as he walks off the field. And I don't know if you noticed, but that ball died in that 6-yard box going against that wind.
Yep, the wind will be a factor today, that's for sure. So Leonard goes off. Hope he's okay. He's favoring that right leg as he limps off. Miguel Gaspar is no worse for wear, and Maximilian Mueller will come in to take the place of Braden Leonard. Belleville East has a free kick just outside of the box, about 20 yards away or so. Miguel Gaspar hugging that the far side post. Now he settles in the middle. 3-man wall out front, right inside the box. And there's the whistle. Belleville East takes their shot, and it's in. Miguel Gaspar allows his first goal of the year as he dove out to his right. Ball went just underneath his diving body, and Belleville East is on top 1-0.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm not sure Miguel had that wall set up covering that near post as he probably intended to. Otherwise, that ball shouldn't have got around that wall into that near post.
Yeah, if he would have stayed over there at that post, he probably would have been fine, but he moved out toward the middle and gave up that side, so leave it up to us to mention that he hadn't allowed a goal all year. We jinxed him, so blame us.
Yeah, the wall. He's got to trust that wall that they're going to cover that right side, so he moves over to the rest to his left to cover that back post. He just didn't have it set up, I guess, correctly.
37:55, clock stop. So 37-55 of the first. Belleville East scores their first goal, and scored by Brock Forney.
Collinsville's finding themselves in a rare spot here in this early onset of this game. They haven't been down very early in matches so far this year. This is kind of a unique situation for them. See how they respond.
See if they can find it and come back and pick up where they left off, which is right now a 6-game winning streak. The only 2 losses have been in penalty kicks to O'Fallon and Edwardsville. So very well could be undefeated right now coming into this game.
Absolutely.
But that's when you maybe start resting on your laurels, when you start thinking about things like that, and you end up giving up a goal early and things are a little different for you. You're not used to playing from behind like the Blues are. Used to playing from behind every game now.
Pretty frequently, right?
Yeah. Out of bounds it goes, and it remains with Collinsville. Jackson Peril will throw the ball in.
Jimmy Crowder entering the game.
What's the update on the Cardinal game? Still 1-0 in favor of the St. Louis Cardinals, and there's a ricochet off of the foot of Tag Baker that almost made it toward the goal, and a Paul DeYoung home run has given the Cardinals their 1-0 lead. Blues play again tonight, trying to come back from that 3-2 loss last night to Colorado. That was a tough one, man. I watched that whole game after I got back from the football last night. Another throw-in coming from Jackson Peril into the box, and he has the wind over there to help him push it toward the goal a little bit more. But Collinsville couldn't retain the offensive pressure, and coming away with it is Belleville East. Belleville East has had some signature wins this year. They've beaten O'Fallon. And that was I believe, an overtime game as well, if I'm not mistaken.
That was the game that went to penalty kicks. I believe that their goalkeeper was able to save four penalty kicks in that match.
Yeah. So they've done some damage themselves, has O'Fallon.
Their record isn't indicative of the talent that they have on their team.
Yeah. They beat O'Fallon 3-2, second game of the year, and they lost to O'Fallon. That's their last game. Okay. They lost to O'Fallon on Thursday night. And ball ends up going out of bounds. So they have losses to Edwardsville and to us and to Triad and O'Fallon. That Triad team's a tough team.
The Triad team is a tough team. I put them on par with the Edwardsvilles, O'Fallons, and Collinsvilles. There is every bit of talent of a team as we've played this year.
Jackson Peril ready to throw the ball in here on this near side toward the box, and stays low, and coming out and catching that ball before anyone could do any damage is Caleb Simpson. So Collinsville trying to make another offensive push there even after the goalkeeper caught the ball to settle everything down. First place is on the line, not here tonight, but, I mean, it could be if you lose. And right now, Collinsville is looking up at O'Fallon. O'Fallon is 7-1. Collinsville is 8-2. Edwardsville is 5-2. And Collinsville and O'Fallon play this coming Thursday night. And I believe Thursday night is the last games on the Southwestern Conference schedule. And for some teams, it's their last game of the year.
Wow. Yeah, definitely the conference is still up for grabs. I believe I said that at the end of last week. This is a big week for the boys to figure out who's going to come out on top. Yeah, a lot of these Southwestern Conference schools didn't schedule a lot of non-conference games. And I believe that I think Belleville East, their season, I think, ends Thursday with a game against Edwardsville. I believe Collinsville finishes the season with at least 3 or 4 non-conference.
Yes, they do. Yes.
So still some games to be played for Collinsville.
2 weeks from today is Collinsville's last game.
It's crazy. Crazy how many games we've squeezed into about 5-6 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Coming up on 33.5 to go here in this first half. Belleville East leads 1-0 after a goal by Brock Forney 2 minutes and 5 seconds into this contest. Collinsville needs to apply some offensive pressure, and they've been down there a couple of times.
Just not been able to sustain anything when they've been down there, Todd.
Yep. Belleville East weathers the storm and comes back down and ends up getting a free kick about 20 yards out. Sneaks in the far side post for us. And that post just to the right-hand shoulder of Miguel Gaspar just went over his body as he was diving that way. Here is Caleb Simpson with a free kick from about 80 yards away. Collinsville gets ahead on it. Peterson does, and then it remains over on the far side. Peterson chases it down, sends it back to Shiragi. Shiragi, he's got that leg and uses that wind behind him.
He's offside.
And pushes it up forward, and there is the call a little bit late after the ball already came down bouncing around that it was offside.
Yeah, tag was about 3 steps ahead of that last line, or that last defender for East as the ball was played.
Yeah, Collinsville with the wind at their backs here in the first half, so it would behoove them to move the ball downfield and attack that goal while they have that wind. Attacking the other side, that wind might catch it and knock it down.
Agreed.
JV won, by the way, 2-1, in case I failed to mention that earlier. That was a pretty good game as well.
JV's had a good season. I mean, they've equaled what this varsity squad has done record-wise, I believe, with only 2 losses. Am I right?
Yeah, I think both at Edwardsville.
Correct. And 1 against O'Fallon, so 3.
We have another injured Lancer on the field. He got accidentally kicked in the leg. There was no call on the play because there was no malicious intent or anything, but it appears that Maxwell McCollum is up and walking okay. Clock stopped with just about 32 minutes left here in this first half. We have a very busy schedule next week. We're going to do the Alton game here on Tuesday, but the Lady Kahok volleyball team got a home game for the Southwestern Conference tournament, so we'll be doing that instead.
Nice.
And then we'll be here the next night on senior night versus Granite City. We'll have Thursday off. We'll travel to Waterloo to watch some football at some field somewhere up there. Waterloo's high school stadium is still damaged due to a storm earlier this year, so we don't know where we'll be.
Well, I hope they don't play on the cow pasture we played soccer at a few weeks ago.
I was thinking that too. There's a bouncing ball that Gaspar gobbles up before anyone could come in and challenge him.
Look at that punt.
And then I believe we have some Saturday morning volleyball action for you next Saturday. Here's a nice move by Collinsville. They bring the ball up. Now it's a little bit too far for Tag Baker and Yahir Figueroa, who are streaking up the middle of the field. Kahok's a little discombobulated right now, don't they?
Yeah, their shape looks a little out of whack for me. I'm not sure if they're running with 2 forwards here at this point or 1 striker and then 2 wing mids. I'm still trying to figure out the shape here.
Over on the far sideline, streaking up the field is Alex Lowersback. Knocked out of bounds.
Bless you, sir.
That can end anytime soon. These spring days got wasps flying all over the place up here.
Yep, they were out there in the stands for the JV game as well.
They're a little confused this time of year after waking up, and it was freezing cold yesterday, and they're like, what's going on? As we all were.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little chilly at that football game last night.
Good battle there by Mahat.
Yeah. Tag Baker tries to come over and take it away, but it's pushed up into the offense by Belleville East. They'll send it back to Gaspar. He'll punch it out of there, but
died.
Yeah, died in the wind, and then Belleville East made sure it died and stayed that way, but Collinsville sends it back up into the zone on the offensive side of the field. Here comes Belleville East. They try to bring it back up. All the way over there on the far side, that is Derek Kester. And wrestled away from him. And Collinsville sends it back out to the middle. Here is Peril. Peril sends it over here to this side. Trying to find Jimmy Crowder. He does so over to Lowersback. And Lowersback back in the middle to Jackson Peril. Peril back to the defense. Shiragi trying to chase it down. He gets there and sends it over on the far side to Peterson. Peterson, the freshman, he always has some nice moves.
Yes, he does. Well done there.
Here is Shiragi. He'll just send it back to Gaspar.
Let's regroup.
And Collinsville will look to do just that. 29.5 to go here in this first half. 1-0 on an early goal by Belleville East. Here comes Collinsville on the move, on the offense. And a ball coming in the middle. Put it in the middle, and out front couldn't make it to Tag Baker. Or else Tag was all alone standing there waiting for that ball. Never did make it to him. Collinsville, another shot, and off the post.
Post by Mahat.
Mahat with a laser shot from about 35 yards away. And that went flying by Caleb Simpson, and if it wasn't for the post, that's in.
Yes, sir. Mahat drills a pill that hits that left goal post to Caleb Simpson's left. But I want to talk about the play before that. Miguel Gaspar playing a great ball to Adam Reiniger on that right flank, leading to another opportunity for the Kahawks.
And they pushed it up that far sideline, almost cost the Lancers a goal, and the Lancers turn it over, and they bring it up. It's back in the box and off of a body, and that's going to be a corner kick for Collinsville.
All right, let's have a momentum shift here. Maybe this will spark the Kahawks a little bit.
A little set-piece momentum. Well, they're not going to kick it from the corner, though. They do now, and that's going to go over the goal and off of the did it go off the football post? No, it didn't.
Nope.
So Collinsville keeps the ball alive, and Belleville East gets it out of there just as, I believe, Shiragi, pinching in from the defense, was coming up to try to cause some havoc. And a nice play there by Peterson, or else coming in all alone was going to be Mueller. Ball comes in. Belleville East trying to look for some more offense. They lead 1-0, and that's a foul coming up against Collinsville. Not this coming Tuesday, but next Tuesday is baseball, softball opening day, and the next day is girls soccer opening day.
It's great to see all these kids getting their opportunity to play.
In other words, I'm going to be really busy starting next week.
You sure
or
will.
not this coming week, but the week after that. Another free kick, this one about 30 yards away by Belleville East. The wing gets a hold of that one and pushes it all the way out to the far side. And Collinsville trying to send it back up to midfield. And got, about an eighth of a way there and then got turned away. Another throw in for Belleville East. Over on the far side. Just outside of the box now. Ball popped up. No one can really get the handle on that thing and get any kind of forward progress going. Very close to going out of bounds over there on that far side sideline. But Belleville East keeps it in, and a ball sent through the middle of the box off of the head of Lorsbach and then backwards off of the head of Enriquez for Belleville East, and then Peril says, I've had enough of this. Let's bring it upfield.
Too much
over to tag Baker. He's not going to get there in time, is he? No, he's not.
No,
and that one, I think, went off of Belleville East. It did, yeah.
Yes, it did.
So Collinsville will have a throw-in from in front of their own bench. And, no, that's what we're writing on, substitutions. I was wondering what was going on. Efren Lopez checking into the game.
Yes, he did.
Here's Baker over on the far side and across the line. It goes out of bounds. They're going to say it was put there by Belleville East, so Jackson Peril will have another throw in. If you can get the wind over and bend that one toward the goal, use the wind to your advantage. Here's the throw. Just like a corner kick. Comes in front, settled down, and, a shot on goal, but that was blocked out by the defense off of the foot of Reiniger.
Collinsville wanting a handball there in the box. Not getting it.
Did not get it, but that's going to be a foul as over the back of Lopez was one of the East defenders, and that was Andrew Moran, midfielder. And from midfield, Collinsville will take this free kick with the wind at their back. 25-20 left to play here in this first half. Lancers have a 1-0 lead. It's going to make it all the way to goal.
Mm-hmm.
And that wind at your back, you can do that, but not going to fool the goalkeeper too much from that long of a distance, although I have seen it happen.
Right. Collinsville needs to judge some of their set pieces and get the pace of the ball down a little bit better and compensate for that wind.
Play takes place over on the far side, and they work the ball up that far side sideline and trying to chase it down before it goes out of bounds, but nope, couldn't do it. Nice try there by Mueller, but once he got his foot on that ball, it crossed the line. And it's a goal kick restart here for Gaspar. 24.5 left to play here in this first half. 1-0. Lancers with a goal. 2 minutes and 5 seconds into this game. As we have some substitutions going on for the Lancers. Those are finished. Gaspar sends the ball back into play at midfield using that wind at his back. Collinsville moves it forward. Tag Baker trying to chase it down, but it'll be the defense that gets it back over into Simpson, and Simpson will send the ball out of bounds. Coach Lugie in that first seat catches that one and gives it back to the boys. Now a bouncing ball in the box. Collinsville puts it in the middle, but
nobody there.
No one home. Over on this left wing, we had Crowder, but it never did make it that far. Collinsville can't keep it in the offensive zone. Now chased down over there by Lopez. Back to Shiragi. Shiragi sends it up that far sideline. Tag Baker trying to go, and one of the players run into each other, and Baker will get called for the infraction as he takes out Derek Kester in the process. Free kick coming up here for Caleb Simpson.
Collinsville's really struggling to get any sort of possession going. I haven't seen very many combination plays thus far into this match.
Still discombobulated.
That's what I call it.
Yes. And another foul coming up here against Collinsville, so another free kick coming up as they inch a little closer on these free kicks. They've already scored 1 goal off of a free kick. Let's keep it there. This one's going to be about 40 yards away. Joshua Yanger taking this shot from the far side, right in front of his bench. It's on the way. And off of heads and bodies, and then it's popped up in the air. Nice job there by Dane Compton. Compton still sticking with it. And now he gets a little help from Lorsback. Lorsback sends it up, trying to find Tag Baker. And there is Figueroa, who has a nice little back kick there and puts it on the foot of Jimmy Crowder. Crowder's trying to feed Tag Baker, but
played it behind him.
Yeah, sure did. Now Belleville East will just play it back to Simpson. Simpson will bring it over here to this sideline. Collinsville trying to find some pressure points here and get that ball back, and almost taking care of that was Crowder. But Belleville East comes away with it. And then a pass over on the far sideline for Bell. Bell sends it up toward the box. Doesn't quite make it all the way. Settled down for a moment by Belleville East, but a little bit of a miss hit. Collinsville back on the move on offense. Figueroa puts on a nice move. Sends it up to this near sideline for Crowder. Crowder just takes the ball and sends it all the way down range with that wind behind his back. It goes out of bounds. That's not advised.
No, I think Jimmy would like to have that ball back.
He could have kept going for a while. Let his teammates come up and provide him a little bit of an offensive push, but he sent that ball up.
Aiden Hensler stepping into the game for the first time today out here on this left flank.
Lancers bring the ball up. Anton Mosley into the game for Belleville East. Send it out to midfield. Jackson Perrell trying to track it down. He does so, but that feed was well out in front there of Efren Lopez and out of bounds. Belleville East with the ball once again. We're just about halfway through this first half. Lancers' goal, just a little over 2 minutes in, has provided the only offense thus far as scoring is concerned. And now Simpson will get there before Tag Baker, but it's off of Baker's feet. And boy, oh boy, a little support from the other guys in purple, and that could have turned into a scoring opportunity.
It goes back to the shape that I'm talking about. There's such a huge gap between the first level and second level that we need to get that worked out.
It was a pass that was intended over here for Lorsback, but never made it off the foot of Luis Fernandez. Need a little bit lighter of a touch on that one for that one to work. Another throw-in coming here for Jackson Perrell. Perrell throws it in front. Bounce, and then off of the head of Figueroa. And Simpson will track it down, and he'll pick it up just as Figueroa was going in. So he already banked one off of the ankles of Tag Baker. He didn't want to go through that scenario again. High in the air, and bounces right at midfield.
Can't let that bounce. Got to win it first time.
Pushed up, and then pushed back by Lorsback all the way over onto the far side in front of the Belleville East bench. Lancers still retain possession of it. Collinsville rips the ball off on a nice job by Landon Mahat, and the Lancers somehow get the ball back. Lancers with the ball at midfield. And in a couple of nice moves there as Jackson Perrell ended up going right over that ball. Perrell, though, gets it, sends it up to midfield. And that's off of the body of Hensler. Now back over here for Lorsback. Lorsback will send it up into the front of the box, and it'll be headed even closer into the box and trying to fight his way over there for a chance to score, at least send it back, was Hensler, but that ball ends up getting knocked out of bounds.
I feel like Collinsville's trying to force the ball into spaces that's not there, or we don't have a player at. I'd like to see him get back to working the ball around a little bit like we've done in the previous games. Possess the ball, work the ball around the pitch, and wait for your opportunities to come.
Low throw on the inbound, and it's down in front and off a body, and then Yahir Figueroa blisters a shot that was saved by Simpson. Now the ball over on the far side. It goes over to the corner area, and Figueroa saves it, sends it out front for Mahat. Mahat out front, and then Hensler hits the ball high and out of bounds over the net. Quite the sequence of plays over there, but
I like the pressure.
Yeah.
Caleb Simpson makes a good save there on was that Figueroa?
Mm-hmm.
Makes a nice save. But Collins has got to keep the pressure up now.
Figueroa had a point-blank shot. Simpson was there. Right place, right time. This one comes out close to midfield. Belleville East sends it across midfield. Lancers take possession of the ball with Mueller. Mueller on the far side. Now back over to the middle of the field. And it's pushed up. Collinsville pushes it right back. Sky high. Boy, that ball stayed up there forever, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Wind got underneath it and kept it up there like a kite. Peril sends the ball back into the offensive zone. And it's going to roll all the way to Simpson. He'll pick it up in the box. Survey things as we approach 17 minutes left to play here in this first half. Early goal by the Lancers on a free kick has been the only scoring thus far. Peterson off of his head and then off of the chest of Mahat up that far side sideline where it rolls out of bounds.
Right idea. The wind just carried it out of bounds for him.
Lancers ball. They'll throw it in from all the way over by the Votech Center. Comes in off ahead and down on the ground it goes. Collinsville on the offensive side trying to keep it down there. Here's Figueroa trying to wrestle that ball away. Now Mahat steps in. He can't get it away either, and it's pushed out of bounds by the Lancers, and Collinsville will have a throw in, and Jackson Peril will take care of it again right at the end of the Collinsville bench. Throws it into Figueroa. Figueroa back to Peril. Peril in the middle trying to find Mahat, but left him a little bit too far on that pass, and then the ball back to Jackson Peril, and now settled down over there by Peterson. Peterson with some nice moves, gets around that defender over there, makes him break his ankles, and then Garofalo over there as well. Turnover in the offensive zone by Collinsville, bumped off of the ball by Jackson Peril, and Peril will get called for that bump.
That's the right call.
Fifteen and a half to play here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of the Lancers. I'm Todd Duke. Brett Borum on the other microphone. Glad you're with us on a beautiful day from Collinsville, Illinois. Beautiful day in the Midwest. Temperature about 70. Going to be in the upper 70s tomorrow, and we're going to hit 80 on Monday. Time to start doing that yard work.
Already started, Todd.
Oh, yeah, I cut my grass.
About it.
Cut my grass for the first time last week, so, yeah, it's on now. Here's Collinsville with another offensive push, but Simpson has that ball get to him as Tag Baker and company, or excuse me, yeah, that was Tag Baker, couldn't quite get around his defender to get a shot on goal. Throw in coming at midfield from Jackson Peril. On the far side, up the sideline, trying to find Figueroa. Figueroa trying to fend off his opposing number 7, Mason Mueller. And he does, gets around one, gets around two, and then gets around another one and sends it in front for Peterson. Peterson back over to Figueroa. Figueroa with a little stutter step and back over on the far side now for Mahat. Mahat, he'll let one go toward the goal. It's blocked out by the defense, comes in the middle, and Jackson Peril couldn't quite get there in time to get another shot forward, and Belleville East takes over possession. Good series, but no shot on goal.
No, I still think the shape is out of whack here. There's too much space between our back four and the midfield. Our midfielders need to push up forward into the play a little bit more.
Play taking place at midfield now. And Collinsville came away with it for a minute as the East defender fell down. Now the ball into the Collinsville bench. Edwardsville, they play at home versus O'Fallon Tuesday, and then we play O'Fallon Thursday. So still a lot up for grabs here. Here is a chance, but off of a body, and that's going to be another corner kick here for Collinsville. Last time they didn't really take the corner kick. We'll see what they want to do this time.
Yeah.
Mahat uses his foot to put the flag back up right, and the flag slapped him in the face.
It's about as tall as him.
Here's Figueroa. That's a bender there. It had a lot of juice behind it and a wicked curve that helped out by that wind. Tag Baker gets it back to the defense, and then over to Jackson Perrell. They'll let it go over for Peterson. Peterson will send it over to the sideline for Figueroa. Figueroa trying to put on one of those moves and ends up losing the ball out of bounds, so Belleville East will take over. Yeah, it is about that flag's about the same height as him. That flag smacked him right in the face.
He'll hit his growth spurt.
Every time you tell a kid that, they're like, when? Tomorrow? Next week? Nope, usually over the summer. That's when you see it the most, is when, you leave school and then you come back to school in August and they're like, man, you grew like 5 inches.
Look like a totally different kid.
Yeah, here's Collinsville, another offensive push, but the defense for Belleville East got that out of there quickly.
Dane Compton, great job stepping up to win that ball in the air.
Off of the head of Reiniger, and Collinsville still keeping it down in the offensive zone, but the shots on goal are a little bit on the short side here. Here is Shiragi, sends it up into the middle. Compton, he'll send it over here to Lorsbach. Lorsbach, with 12 minutes to go, pushes the ball up onto the foot of Crowder, and then Collinsville moves backwards. Compton pushes it up to Jackson Perrell. Perrell trying to leave it for Tag Baker. He's got some room if he can win the foot race, and he doesn't win the foot race, as winning that race was Caden O'Connor.
I think they have their numbers mixed up here on this roster, because I know number 13 is Anton Mosley for Belleville East. And he's a quick player.
Throw in by Perrell. Squeaks out the other side. Off of a Belleville East player. They're trying to ask. Nope. Off of a Lancer. Garofalo chases it down, and then we'll leave it for Perrell once again. So Jackson Perrell with a throw in from the opposite side of the field this time. Down low in the box area, so a chance for Collinsville to even this thing up. It's high. It stays in the middle. Comes down. Mahat with a shot blocked out by a body up front. Now it comes all the way out to Peterson. Peterson sends it over this way for Crowder. Crowder back over to Lorsbach. Lorsbach will send it across the field, but that's intercepted until a nice job stepping up by Peterson. Peterson gets it up. Tag Baker leaves it, and a shot coming for Reiniger, but that one's high and wide, and it'll be a goal kick restart here for Belleville East as we approach 10.5 to play in this first half.
Mahat had himself a ball that was set up on a tee for him. He struck it well. It just got blocked or deflected by a Belleville East player there right outside the 18-yard box. He hit it well. That could have been a dangerous shot.
Caleb Simpson will send us back to action. Low shot all the way out to midfield off of Jackson Perrell and out of bounds right in between the benches. 10 minutes left to play here in this first half. Whoa. Blowing my stuff down, too. Every once in a while, you get a big gust.
Yeah, you do.
Collinsville punches it back into the offensive zone. Baker trying to track it down. Simpson gets there and hits it again. Boy, Collinsville are going to take advantage of this stuff. Tag Baker sends it over to the far side. No one there. And, yeah, got to hit that ball when you have a chance when the goalkeeper is backpedaling.
Looks like Tag Baker's not happy with Mahat on that play. I think he thought he was making that run down that right side.
So Collinsville has to lick their wounds and chase it down once again. Over on the far side, Mahat trying to do just that, and he does, but now he's going to get whistled for an infraction, and it'll be a free kick here for Belleville East.
Some of the Collinsville fans feeling like the officiating is a little one-sided.
Yeah. You'll get that every once in a while. Kahawks trying to win their 7th game in a row and go from there. There are 3 shutouts in a row. That's not going to happen. They've already allowed the first goal. And then, I believe that was, there you go. Finally got one our way.
Round of applause from the Kahawk fans
That's
today.
what you call a Bronx cheer there. A little Bronx cheer for the officials making the right call. Although it kind of looked like Landon Mahat might have stepped on the ball, too.
Yeah.
He's going to try to, no, he's not going to get there. He's going to be able to chase it down.
A little too long by
Yep.
Alex Lorsbach. Again, wind could have caught it, contributing to that ball going out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to account for the wind when you're out there.
Yeah, you do. Yair Figueroa entering the game in his usual striker position. Let's see if he can get one in before this half ends.
Ball flies out to midfield. Punched back by Shiragi off of the noggin. To Jackson Perrell. Perrell gives it to Peterson over on the far sideline. Peterson has that ball knocked off of his foot and out of bounds, so Perrell will have another throw-in right in front of his coach, Rob Lugie. Nice strong throw-in just outside the corner of the box. It settles in the corner, and then Belleville East pushes it back out. Perrell gets it and sends it right back up into the middle, but no one there to intercept it wearing purple and white. Now back over to this side, just underneath our location. Punched up by Lorsbach. Lorsbach gets it back and then keeps control of it. Nice sets of moves over on the outside of the box, and then he slips and falls down, and that allows Belleville East to get the ball back. And nope, we're going to have it stay in Collinsville's possession. Another throw-in. Into the box it goes, and out of the box it comes. Popped up toward midfield for Belleville East. They're trying to run it up, but Shiragi is there on the defense to send it right back to where it came from. Now on the far side, Lancers will work it up. Back over here underneath our location. A little too much on the punch pass, and Lorsbach uses his head. Crowder uses his. On the ground it goes, and trying to step around. Nicely done there.
Well done by Adam Reiniger.
Yeah. Another throw-in coming here for Perrell. Trying to find Figueroa. Oh, that's a takedown from behind. That one's going to be for Jack Tock.
He totally took Jackson Perrell out from underneath. He doesn't like the call. Clearly a foul on number 22 for Belleville East.
And he gets the explanation from the referee, shakes his head okay, and then trots back. So he got the explanation, and he was okay with that. He better be.
Does he have a choice?
Nope, not at all. They elect not to take the free kick. Here's Mahat with another shot toward the goal. That one's going to bounce one time and right into the breadbasket of Caleb Simpson. Not doing a lot on these set pieces today.
No.
Up through the middle of the field it comes as we have 5:20 left to play here in this first half. An early goal by the Lancers is all the scoring thus far.
I feel like Collinsville's still trying to play a kick and run type game or over the top. Maybe they're trying to take advantage of this wind, but they're not finding feet. They're not playing into a possession style game. Maybe that'll change second half.
Ball down, and everybody was confused as to where it was for a moment. At midfield, that's where it is. Under 5 minutes to play here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of Belleville East. Collinsville trying to come away with the ball. And that's in between the benches. And it will remain Kahawk's ball and Jackson Perrell. Another throw-in. He hasn't left this game yet, has he?
No, he hasn't. Well, look at that throw.
Yeah, that was nice. Off of a head and right into the box, but no pressure there by the forwards. And Simpson picks it back up and sends it back out to midfield. Lorsbach trying to battle it out there with young Mr. Tock. And now the ball just in front of the box, popped up by Miguel Gaspar. That has a lot of spin on it as it
he
landed.
that. He didn't hit that squarely.
And that's off of a number of heads there. Nice volley off of the heads and a handball. Under 4 to play. here in this first half. Brock Forney on a free kick from about 20 yards out. Got underneath Miguel Gaspar, and that's his first goal allowed this year, and it's the first goal and only goal of this game. Here is Gaspar. That one skied.
Man.
He got a lot into that one, and there wasn't much wind blowing that time either, so that's all the way down after a couple of bounces, one off the turf, one off of a head, and into Simpson. You know, here Figueroa almost got there to steal that ball away from the defender.
He punted that ball inside the 20.
Yeah. Strong leg.
Put him on the football team, too.
Sure. I think football will have one game left after the last game of the year for the soccer team. Substitutions going on here for Belleville East. 2:50 left to play here in this first half. Kick all the way at the front of the box and pushed out by a header by Compton. Ball ends up on the ground, and then Reiniger gets a foot on it, sends it up to Tag Baker. 2.5 to go. Popped up inside the box, and the Lancers are dangerous. They're going to have a corner kick as Shiragi punched that one across the end line with his head. So right toward the end of this first half, Belleville East is going to get their first corner kick.
Compton mishit that ball inside the 18. Kind of presented an opportunity there for Belleville East. Shiragi had no choice but to put it out on his own end line.
And that one comes out the other side and across the end line again, but this time it was put there by Belleville East, so it'll be a goal kick restart coming up here for Gaspar as we have under 2 minutes to go here in this first half. Gaspar from the ground sends this one to midfield. I'm sure the wind helped that one, although the American flag's kind of limp right now. Here is a chance for Collinsville into the offensive zone, but Belleville East gets there first, settles it down on defense before they end up pushing it out of bounds. And another throw-in coming up here for Jackson Perrell with a minute 25 left to play. Throws it up the line to Figueroa. Figueroa got tugged from behind, and then Compton uses his head, and Perrell uses his to get it back into the offensive zone. Tag Baker trying to get there first, but he couldn't. Here is Mahat. He couldn't get there. And then Jackson Perrell with a nice little steal gives it up for Reiniger. Over on the far side for Peterson, working it up that same side for Tag Baker. He turns the corner, trying to get around a defender, and he can't do it. And that ball is sent across the sideline, and it'll be another throw-in for Collinsville here with under a minute to play in this first half.
See if somebody can get a head on one here.
Perrell throws it in. It comes in the middle, and a head is got on. That's Tag Baker, but Simpson runs out to his right and comes up with the ball and then rolls the ball forward and onto the feet of Jack Tock. Tock sends the ball all the way down, and Miguel Gaspar will wait for it in the corner of the box, send it back out to midfield. Collinsville could get another chance on offense here before this half comes to a close if they can track this ball down. They'll have another throw-in.
Got to be quick.
Jackson Perrell's got to come up and throw the ball in quick, but
nope,
Figueroa's going to take it. 6 seconds left. 5, and the throw coming right in front of the box and sent back out, and that is going to do it for the first half. So flurry of activity there as the first half comes to a close, but nothing doing in the goal-scoring department for Collinsville. We take a break. Second half action will be coming your way here in just a little bit on the
Everyone
Kahok
has
Sports
those
Network.
projects around the house that you just don't want to do. AW Outdoor Solutions can take care of that for you. Former Collinsville High School graduate Adam Welly owns AW Outdoor Solutions, and he and his crew can handle all of the dirty work around your home or business, whether that's tree trimming and maintenance, brush removal, power washing, gutter cleaning, and leaf raking and removal. AW Outdoor Solutions can handle that and much more. AW Outdoor Solutions is fully insured and offers free estimates on all of their work. AW Outdoor Solutions. Call Adam Welly at 314-252-8010 or on Facebook at AW Outdoor Solutions.
Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, A great place in Collinsville for men and boys haircuts is where you should take your hair. The shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, the usual? So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie-cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend. Or two. The shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville, owned by former Kahok Jay Merkel. At Extreme Details, they believe in the value of community and in helping the community hold the value of their vehicles. A sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details offers drop-off, pickup, and delivery service, as well as a mobile service, whether that's a simple wash and wax or all the way up to a full detail job. No job is too big or too small for Extreme Details. Plus, Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal and vacuums every vehicle regardless of what package you choose. Cars, trucks, boats, motorcycles, and more. Extreme Details in Collinsville, open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 on Saturday. Call Jay Merkel for an appointment at 301-6033 or 977-1224.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, weshipstlouis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our K-Hawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a K-Hawk, always a K-Hawk. Hashtag K-Hawk Family.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
First National Bank of Waterloo, celebrating over 100 years of banking. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo, now with locations in Collinsville and Maryville, for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo at 345-1121, or visit them with their new locations in Collinsville and Maryville, or online at fnbwaterloo.com. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a K-Hawk sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' K-Hawk sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE, that's 345-2233, and don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
Drink it in. Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. Each ingredient chosen carefully, every blend crafted masterfully, nurturing your passion, nourishing your purpose, so you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
And once again, welcome back to K-Hawk Stadium. Todd Duke, Brett Borm along with you. We are just about ready for second half action here between Collinsville and Belleville East. Brock Forney scored 2 minutes and 5 seconds into this contest, and that has been the only goal thus far in this game. How about a little history since 1999 anyway? So the last 21 years, Collinsville is 14-5-3. Against Belleville East, and you add in the 1-1 playoffs, and Collinsville is 15-6-3 against the Lancers over the last 21 years. Last year, the two teams split, lost at Belleville East 1-0 in September, and that was the first time Belleville East had won versus Collinsville since October of 2010. So that win last year by the Lancers broke a 9-game Collinsville win streak that spanned over 10 years. Then Collinsville won at CHS the next month, 4-0. Yahir Figueroa and Tag Baker with an assist on the Yahir Figueroa goal. We are underway in half number 2. Collinsville trailing 1-0, so we need that tying goal first, and then we need to pick up that winning goal and stay away from overtime. So Collinsville will have the wind in their faces as we are underway here in the second half. Miguel Gaspar in goal to our left, while Caleb Simpson is in goal to our right. Here is Shiragi pushing the ball into the offensive zone. What kind of adjustments these guys need to make here in the second half there, Mr. Borm?
Well, I'm looking how they came out here to start this second half, and it looks like we were going with 3 backs instead of 4. Coach Lukey probably wanting to generate a little bit more offense. As we know, it's been a problem for this team a little bit. So that's probably the reason for his adjustment. I see 3 backs. It looks like we've pushed Trey Peterson maybe up into a midfield role. Again, probably to increase some offense.
We definitely need that. Here is Figueroa. Figueroa tries to lead it up that far sideline to Peterson. He does so. Peterson turns the corner, and then it's pushed out of bounds by Belleville East. I believe so. Yep, we're going to have a corner kick. So last couple of times we have not really taken the corner kick between Mahat and Figueroa. They just kind of passed it up the line. Here is Mahat. He'll take the corner kick this time. Out front, off of the back of Tag Baker, and then out the other side.
He didn't hit that squarely. I think if he would have hit it squarely, it would have had a chance, but it looked like it hit the back of his head almost when he went to strike it.
Belleville East a little dangerous in the box down there as they work on getting the ball out. Collinsville works on keeping it down here. Crowder sends it back over to Peterson. Peterson gets around his defender and then sends it back to Jackson Perrell. And we'll start all over again by sending it all the way back to the defense. So Collinsville will have to push the ball forward once again. Here is Compton. Over on the far side to Lorsbach. Lorsbach works it up to Peterson. Back to Lorsbach, trying to feed it back to Peterson up that sideline, and that worked. Here comes Peterson up the sideline, pushes it up for Figueroa. It's a race inside the box. Figueroa pushes off his man. No call. He puts it in front, and a shot that's too high off of the foot of Adam Reiniger. Man.
What a great pullback there by Figueroa, putting that ball right back into the about the PK mark. Adam Reiniger just mishit it.
All the way out to midfield and out of bounds off of the head of Jackson Perrell.
So looking at this formation now, it looks to me like we've gone to a 3-5-2 versus that 4-back setup, like I said. So there's definitely something that Lukey saw in that first half that he wanted to change.
Collinsville does a nice job of keeping it down on the offense again. Here's Figueroa coming in from the right side. Figueroa, he shoots and he scores. Yeah, here Figueroa ties this game up on a beautiful piece of give and go between London Mahat and Figueroa finishes it up, and we are tied at 1.
Watching Figueroa dribble that ball into the 18-yard box, he waited and waited and waited, was waiting for that goalkeeper to commit one way or the other, whether he was going to go down or whether he was going to stay up, and Figueroa tucked that ball right in that back corner. Let's see if that changes the energy for the K-Hawks a little bit.
.43:04 is the time of the goal. And we are knotted at 1, and it didn't take long for Collinsville to get that tying goal. Almost as long as it took for Belleville East to score the first goal of the first half. That's about how long it took here in the second half to score for Collinsville.
You're exactly right.
So we're tied at 1. Now, the push to take the lead. Accomplished goal number 1. Goal number 2, take the lead. Goal number 3, keep the lead and win the game. Across the end line it goes, and I don't know what happened over there with Compton, but
I'm not sure. He has a shoe problem?
Yeah, he's blew a tire.
He did something. Turf Monster got him.
Yeah.
He's got a shoe problem.
He's got to take the whole thing off and start all over again.
Referee's not going to hold for long, I can imagine here.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. Clock continues to run. And now we got it. See, luckily for everybody on watching at home, that camera didn't catch any of that. At midfield. Collinsville pushes it back down. Simpson runs out and then sends it right back to midfield, but out of bounds. Collinsville will have a throw in, and you know who will take care of that. You know who. Jackson Perrell.
Somebody named Perrell.
One bounce off of the head of Reiniger and into the arms of Caleb Simpson. And here comes Collinsville once again. Understand things aren't going that well in Cincinnati for the old Redbirds. Down 6-2 last I heard. As Paul DeYoung has hit 2 home runs, and Adam Wainwright only lasted a couple of innings.
He had a good spring training, did he not?
Yeah, he did. But it was only in the 4th last time I checked, so plenty of time to come back. Collinsville has done just that here after trailing 1-0 after 1 half. Kahawks have scored a goal. Yahir Figueroa picks up goal number 6, so he and Tad Baker are now tied for the team lead in goals. That's right off the back of Reiniger. That sounded like it stung. If it was cold, I'm sure it would have stung. Ball settled down by the Lancers, but a nice job on the defense there by Shiragi, and that ball ends up staying right where it is. Shiragi then punches it out of the way, and Figueroa tries to chase it down. He can't, so it's back to Simpson. Simpson sends it all the way back out. Shiragi once again uses that big body of his, blocks that ball from going any farther. Now Collinsville comes up with it. Here is Mahat. Mahat loses it. Lancers come up with it. They send it back to their defense, and Joshua Yanger. Up the line it comes for Andrew Moran. Moran sends a screamer over there, and here is... Oof. Well, it was a nice play by Lorsbach to get there just in time because there wasn't anyone else to help him. Peterson was all the way over on the far side, wasn't going to get there. Throw in coming from the far side for the Lancers, right at the end of the Kahawk bench. High, and Jackson Perrell sends that right back out. And right onto the foot of Reiniger. Reiniger gets chased down from behind, but nevertheless sends it over to Peterson. Peterson, strong on the ball, got taken off of it, though, and we're going to have a call against Peterson on that one.
I don't like that call. I'm struggling to see where the contact was.
I think just a couple of players going for the ball that got tangled up. One went down, one didn't. It happens in this game. You know?
Yeah, I do know.
Yeah.
Played it a few years.
Simpson will come all the way out and take this 50-yard kick.
With the wind.
With the wind at his back, and that one flies into the box and headed off of the frontal lobe of Dane Compton. And then that one ends up out of bounds and put there by Collinsville, I think. Pretty sure Peterson was the last one to touch it.
Calls for us. We got the ball.
Really? Okay. We'll take it.
Looks like a foul of some sort was called. Some sort of infraction that you and I missed.
Yep. Compton. He'll send the ball up the sideline over the far side. And that one stayed low all the way through. Must have topped it. I do that with golf balls all the time. They travel about that far.
You don't want to see me play golf.
Yeah, you don't want to see me either. I'm left-handed. Everybody's like, well, the first thing you're doing is you're hitting it from the wrong side.
Got a foul here on Jackson Perrell. Ball going in with the wind.
My dad still says it every time we go golfing together. Well, your first problem is, son, is you're hitting the ball from the wrong side. I'm like, Dad, I'm left-handed, and you could have stopped that. I actually like being left-handed.
Let's see if they decide to put this on goal or try to dump it into the box.
About 40 yards away. There it is, and it's going right toward the goal, and it is going to bounce out the far side. Near side, excuse me. That ball never touched anyone on its way.
Collinsville subbing here. We've got Aiden Hensler entering the game. Sam Garofalo and Luis Fernandez.
Gaspar waits for all the substitutions before he is given permission to strike. He does. And into the wind, he still makes it all the way to midfield.
Ball held up there forever.
It did. Like I said, it's perfect kite flying weather. Now here's Lancers with a little bit of an offensive push of their own, but that one goes across the end line before anyone could get there up the middle to help out. Collinsville avoids some trouble, and we have 30 minutes and about 15 seconds left to play here in the second half. 1-1 contest right now. Lancers get their goal early in the first half. Collinsville gets theirs early here in the second half. That's where we stand right now. Ball popped up. Collinsville sends it back toward midfield.
Let's get it on the turf, boys.
Hensler trying to track it down. He can't. And it comes back out front off of the body of Lopez and back over here this way between the legs of one of the East defenders. Up to the offense it goes. And into the box where it is sent back out by Compton. And a corner kick coming up for the Lancers. Here on this near side. Well, they'll just send it up the sideline here to English. And then in front of the box, it's punched out by Garofalo.
Oh.
And off of the side of the foot there, Tag Baker. Not what he wanted to do.
He wasn't under pressure, so I would have liked to have seen him bring that ball down to his feet and show some composure.
Throw in by Bell, makes it all the way into the box, and Lancers dangerous once again until Compton punches that one out the sideline.
Todd, these Wasps and I are going to have an issue here for the rest of this game.
Yeah, they're active right now. Just coming out of hibernation, so throw in coming. Stays in front and down on the ground, and then it's punched out of there by Collinsville all the way back out toward midfield. But Belleville East gets it back going to the offensive direction until Lorsbat gets a hold of it. He sends it over, and then Hensler keeps the ball in. Does he? Yes, he does. And then back to midfield it goes. Over to Lopez. Lopez gets bumped off the ball, comes back out to midfield. Lopez trying to track it back down over there, and now a triple team on the body of Maxwell McCollum over there. McCollum does a pretty nice job for Belleville. He's staying with that ball despite being triple teamed. Here's a chance for the Lancers, and that one's punched to the side. Shiragi trying to track it down before it goes out of bounds, but he will not get there.
Dane Compton's getting a lot of work here now going with this new formation with Shiragi pushing out to the right-hand side. He's being tested quite a bit, and he's been up to the test so far.
Another throw-in coming here for the Lancers. They'll drop it and switch the throw-in participant. Now throwing the ball in will be Brock Forney. He scored the only goal for the Lancers so far. He throws it in deep. That's dangerous, and it's in.
Head ball.
Head ball goes in, and the Lancers get their lead right back. And it's 2-1 in favor of Belleville East.
I'm not sure if it deflected off of one of the East players' head or skimmed off, but needless to say, East goes up 2-1.
That was by Maximilian Mueller this time. So Mueller unties it. And makes it 2-1 Belleville East after Collinsville worked so hard to tie this thing back up. They'll have to work even harder to do it one more time.
Yep.
And here's an
Offside.
opportunity, and it's offside. .27 minutes left to play here in this second half. 2-1 now in favor of the Lancers, as Simpson will get us restarted again.
Collinsville fans didn't like that call, but I do believe Crowder was a step off.
Home fans are never going to like a call against their team. There's a ball that skips into the box, and Gaspar out with it. Gaspar
Mishit it.
skies it. Out of bounds on the track in front of the away fans. Out to midfield we go. And a whistle on the play.
Yeah.
Against Crowder. Or
Garofalo got his foot a little too high for the referee's favor.
So out to midfield for a free kick about 50 yards away. And that wind at the back end, that's going to send right to Gaspar.
No.
Off of his hands and in the goal. 3-1 in favor of the Lancers. And that goal, believe it or not, is going to belong to Quentin Enriquez. All the way out to midfield. Gaspar came out too far. And it went off of his hands. He one step back, and he would have had that caught. Man, oh, man.
I think Miguel was trying to do the right thing there and owning his own 6-yard box, attacking the ball. It just went right through his hands and into the back of the net.
Yeah. Just 2 minutes after.
Collinsville's got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, they do now. Trailing by 2 goals. 2 goals scored within 2 minutes of each other. And all of a sudden, Collinsville is down 3-1. In jeopardy of having their 6-game win streak snapped.
Mm-hmm.
And as we mentioned at the outset, Miguel Gaspar came in not having allowed a goal all year, and he's allowed 3, and that one was on him.
I said from the beginning that the East record didn't necessarily reflect their talent. They're a decent team.
Yes, they are. Losses to Edwardsville. We've lost to Edwardsville. We only beat Triad by 1 goal, 1-0. That's another loss for this East team. And the only other loss was to us. That was at their place. They're trying to return the favor here at our place. Here is Lorsback. All the way back to Gaspar. Gaspar sends that one back out to midfield, and Jackson Perrell stops it with the bottom of his foot. Now up to Peterson. Got a chance for Yahir Figueroa again. Figueroa slows down and then sends it up into the box and trying to find Peterson, but that ball is punched out of bounds. Is it going to be a corner kick? Yes, it is. The wind got a hold of that one and pushed it across the end line instead of the sideline, so Collinsville with a chance to get one of those back here on this set piece, as you can hear that wind across the microphone. Here is Figueroa. He'll put a foot into it. It stays low, and no one can get a head on it. And it goes all the way out the other side.
I'd like to see Collinsville simplify their game a little bit. I know they're going to press and they're going to want to push the ball, even more over the top, which hasn't been all that successful for them today.
O'Connor comes in for Belleville East. And out to midfield the ball goes, and settling it down there is Compton, and then off the body in front of him, and then Compton.
Foul, and that's going to get him a card.
Yeah, Compton trips up the player after he committed the turnover, and he's not going to get the card, but they are going to get the free kick. So the Kahawks are down 3-1, and we were talking about a chance to take the Southwestern Conference title, but
it's going to be tough now.
Yeah, it is. If this doesn't change, ball in the air, and we know this is already going to be a dangerous spot for it, and it ends up going across the end line. No damage done, and they're going to call a corner kick. They're going to say it went off a Collinsville player. So the man who scored the goal from 50 yards away, Quentin Enriquez, is going to take the corner kick. He does. It's high. It stays out the far side, comes down, and then a ball over the end line. This time it'll belong to Collinsville.
I'm not sure what the infraction was there.
22.5 minutes to go, so there's still plenty of time to come back in this game, but we're at the wrong end of the field to do that. Into the wind. That ball stays up there forever and then gets pushed down and comes over here to Peterson. Peterson up the sideline trying to get around his defender. Does so with a nice little pass to Mahat. And then into the box it goes, and it's booted out.
Corner.
And that one also ends up going across the end line instead of the sideline. So twice now Collinsville has been given a gift of a free corner kick here. Let's see what they can do with it. Figueroa Sends it. It stays low again and off of a head and into the hands of Simpson. Sometimes the goaltenders are standing in the perfect spot, and that time Simpson was.
Collinsville hasn't found themselves, I don't think, 2 goals down at all this season. If they have, I don't remember when it was. It's a big hole to get out of, especially when you struggle to score goals.
Yeah, here is Shiragi. Sends it all the way back down to the offensive zone, and Tag Baker mishits that one. And it's going to be up to Reiniger to turn the corner. He does so. Sends the ball up the line for Crowder. Crowder in a foot race, and no, it does not go across the end line, but then taken down in the box.
And he's pointing to the PK.
And we're going to have a penalty kick, or are we not? I think
he was pointing to the marker. And
they're going to confer. The other referee and the main referee.
He's calling it out of bounds, maybe over there.
Yeah, they're going to call it a corner kick, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Those are two club teammates going at each other, Anton Mosley and Jimmy Crowder. They know each other well.
So another corner kick, this one from the opposite side. 3 corner kicks in a row. That one stays high and in front and headed out by Belleville East on a nice defensive play. Now the Lancers bring it up, trying to get some numbers moving in the right direction. They send it over to the far side and onto the foot of O'Connell. And then Collinsville comes away with it, and Shiragi will just send it into the Belleville East bench, where their head coach, Ron English, takes it on one bounce. Halfway through the second half. Collinsville has scored a goal in this second half, but the Lancers have scored twice. Add that to their first half goal, they lead 3-1.
Lancers are showing some good combination play here in this offensive half.
There's Perrell. Works the ball up to Reiniger. Reiniger to Mahat, and Mahat sends it all the way up. Yahir Figueroa trying to chase it down, but he does so. Turns the corner on the wing and throws it up front, but that was blocked out just as Jimmy Crowder was heading right up the middle of the seam there.
Man, just a step behind. Jimmy Crowder would have been able to hammer that home.
4th corner kick in about 3 minutes. Landon Mahat takes it, and it never did quite make it to the middle. Punched out before it had a chance to get there. Shiragi mishit that one, and it goes right into the bench of the Lancers. Lancers send it all the way back down to the Collinsville defense. And Dane Compton sends it over this way for Lorsbach. Alex punches it back out to midfield, and he finds Crowder, who finds Perrell. Perrell hits the referee. Yeah, you ain't kidding. I heard that smack.
Right on the back of the head.
Man, could have made him swallow his whistle. You know, one of those cartoon characters where back in the days of the Looney Tunes, you swallowed a whistle, and every time you spoke, it made noises. Thinking like Elmer Fudd or something like that.
So I'm seeing here with Belleville East up, having the 2-goal lead, up 3-1. They're doing a good job of compacting the field and making it small, almost like they're parking a bus right in the middle of the field, not letting Collinsville penetrate.
There's a throw in by Perrell. Has a nice little bend on it, but it's punched back out by the Lancers. Perrell tries to punch it back up, but that was almost a nonchalant kick.
We're forcing errors we don't need to make.
And a head of steam, and Miguel Gaspar runs into O'Connell, and no whistle on the play. As play continues over on the far sideline, Collinsville trying to work it up, and Yahir Figueroa trying to chase this one down. The ball is ahead of both him and the defender, but Figueroa wrestles the defender off of him. And now Figueroa makes a nice move over there on the left side, and he's going to be tugged at in the box again.
Nothing.
And no call on the play.
Now he's blowing the whistle.
He's going to talk things over with Figueroa. I don't think Figueroa did anything wrong.
I wouldn't think so either. He was taken down in his offensive 18.
Oh, you're giving Figueroa a yellow card? For what?
Is he calling a dive? Does he think he's...
Is that an embellishment?
That's what I'm wondering.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. That's a horrible call. You know, like Bob Ramsey on the Billikens radio station. That's a horrible call.
Going back to this play down here in Collinsville's own defensive end, did he get that shot off and Miguel make a save? What happened?
I think
down
so.
there?
It happened so quick. It looked like O'Connell was coming right in at the same time Miguel was coming out, and I think the ball might have bounced off of both of them.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Who's sitting over here on this side saying a great call? I love it.
I think they're joking.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, you're sitting on the wrong side.
Referee's going to talk to Coach Loogie. I'm going to assume he wants an explanation.
I'm sure he does. You know, everybody over here thinking that, Figueroa's taken down, and the referee calls, and then you see the little
Coach doesn't
get
like
away.
that call.
Yeah,
He's
whatever.
He's going to get a card for it, too, I think. No?
No. Yeah, Coach Loogie's standing there with his hands on his hips. He did the old whatever.
Yeah, he's not happy with that call.
No.
Looks like Yair is going to go right back in as soon as they get the next opportunity.
So, after all said and done, clock stopped with 17:30 to play. Now it starts up again, and Simpson sends us back into play. We'll see if the bad call lit a fire underneath the Collinsville Kahawks here and give them some momentum and some offensive push. But right now it's going to be the Lancers' ball as Figueroa checks back in. Now, the referee went and talked to Figueroa before he pulled the yellow card out.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I can imagine is he was thinking it was unsportsmanlike for a dive. I don't know what else it would be.
Yeah, I don't either. A little embellishment. That ball sent all the way back down, and Gaspar will wait for it and gets it on a couple of bounces. See, I think Lancers figured out a way to play with the wind at their back. Collinsville never did.
Nope, you're right. They seemed out of sorts from the start.
Yeah, they did. Here's a throw in by Perrell up the line, and Peterson trying to chase it down. It'll be sent into the stands, almost into the stands. Wind got a hold of it and knocked it down right before it was getting ready to enter the stands. Throw-in coming up here for Perrell. 16:20 left to play here in the second half. Collinsville trailing by 2 goals with some work to do. Ball comes down. Tag Baker takes his man out, and he'll get called for it. Both players went up for the ball and banged bodies. Tag Baker stayed on his feet. The opponent did not, and Baker gets whistled for it. I don't agree with that call either.
Nope, I hear it from the coach's side or the Collinsville sideline as well that they didn't like it.
Nope. Just 2 players going up for a ball. They banged bodies. One player landed on the ground. The other one stayed on his feet. So why didn't you call that embellishment? What, you can't stay on your feet? 15:40 left to play. At midfield, Kahawks trail 3-1. And Reiniger comes up with it over to Perrell. Perrell sends it up into this near side corner in front of the box, trying to chase it down as Peterson. He won't get there. Ball comes up the sideline, and finally it goes out of bounds. And Collinsville will retain possession, and Perrell once again will throw the ball in. Up the near sideline, trying to find Peterson, knocked out of bounds again. On the flying check there by Luke Bell and his man bun.
Still 19 minutes left in this game. Plenty of time for Collinsville to get back in it, but they got to strike quick.
There we go, right here. Oh, right off of the shins of one of the defenders, and then
there
Simpson makes a save, and then over on the far side, Alice Lorsback puts it in.
And they're trying to get the ball out of the net, and the goalie wants to slow it down a little bit.
So Lorsback gets Collinsville just a little bit closer. And it's 3-2 in favor of Belleville East.
Collinsville is trying to dig that ball out of the net to get a quick start, to save as much time as they can. And the goalie for East was trying to stop that and slow it down.
Lorsback's second goal of the year has made it 3-2. And just when you mentioned we need to do something, they did.
Yep.
So Collinsville back in this one, trailing by 1 goal. Plenty of time left. 14:48 left to play here in the second half.
And here we go.
Whistle gets us back underway. That one comes all the way up for Gaspar to take in front of the box. He will send it back out to midfield. That ball gets chopped down by the wind. And now Lorsbach, who just scored the goal, has to go back and play some defense. He does. Nicely done. Over there in front of his bench, he'll just send it up that sideline. Sent right back by Belleville East. And a nice steal there by Jackson Perrell. Perrell gets bumped off and no whistle, I was going to say. Come on. And a Bronx cheer again from the Collinsville faithful.
I don't want to see Collinsville start panicking. There's still 14 minutes left. Plenty of time to get the equalizer. Let's get back to the Kahok soccer we know.
Compton sends it up into that wind. It stays up there for a while before it's pushed back. And then it's pushed back out to midfield, and it rolls right into the Belleville East bench. Throw in, and off the head over there, Tag Baker, and I thought for a second he was going to land perfectly onto the feet of Jimmy Crowder, but it took a weird bounce. Lorsbach sends that back with a nice backwards kick, and out of bounds it goes.
Collinsville defense is struggling to judge these balls in the air a little bit, especially when they have so much spin on them.
That wind can screw with it, too.
That's what I'm saying.
You think it's coming down, and it ends up going over your head because the wind pushed it a little bit farther. Now the wind pushes the ball into the offensive zone of the Lancers, Collinsville Lancers. And Jackson Perrell sends it up the sideline once again, where the wind kind of chops it down again. At midfield, Reiniger. Oh, there we go. Tag Baker gets ran over by a freight train, and that freight train is Andrew Moran.
Still doesn't want to pull a card out of his pocket, does he?
No, just for an embellishment. Collinsville will get a free kick here from midfield. And if it wasn't going into the wind, you'd like this free kick a lot better. This is about the spot that Belleville East scored from on their side of the field. Shiragi just sends the ball up to Lorsbach. Lorsbach jumps over his defender, sends one toward the net. Into the box for Figueroa. Figueroa turns the corner here on the right wing. He's got two defenders on him. Figueroa into the corner, and across the end line it goes.
Keep playing.
They're going to keep playing. Here's Figueroa. Sends it in. Now it's off of the end line. Now we're going to have a corner kick. Referee never said it was out of bounds, and now we're going to have, what, a whistle? No? Okay.
You're going to be hard-pressed to find a player that is has the foot skill that Yair Figueroa has in tight space. You saw how he was able to fend that
one's down
player
low.
off.
Yeah. Popped up in the air. Lorsbach again. Tries to send it toward the goal. Didn't quite make it there. And now the Lancers send it all the way back out. And a Crowder head ball twice. And then pushed ahead. And now trying to chase it down on the far side is Maxwell McCollum. He runs into the back of Lorsbach. Lorsbach throws the ball back in.
This game is getting chippy.
It is, and the fans are getting restless.
Collinsville parents need to calm down.
Somebody's not going to have a voice tomorrow. That lady is yelling at the top of her lungs. Now.
Stop the clock! Stop the clock!
And I don't know what that conversation was all about, but it took some time, didn't it?
It did.
Here's Shiragi. Shiragi comes up through midfield, punches the ball over onto the far side, and Tag Baker tracks it down, gets it up to Reiniger. Reiniger in front of the Belleville East bench, sends it back over to Lorsbach. Lorsbach sends it back up to where it came from. Reiniger gets tugged from behind, yeah. Boy, I tell you what, getting a little pitchy and pulley out there, too.
Referee's got to get control.
10.5 minutes to go here in this second half. Collinsville trails 3-2. Lorsbach gets that second goal and gets Collinsville to within one. This one's popped up right in front of the box. And then a spinning ball heads out. Peterson tracks it down. Tries to feed it to Crowder. Crowder over on the right wing. Gets around a defender. Punches it up front. Here's Jackson Perrell. Perrell up front. Oop, just couldn't quite settle the ball down good enough to get a kickoff. And Shiragi commits. And the ball ends up coming up into midfield. And the Lancers try to send it up. That Probably
Is he not
offside, isn't
offside?
it?
I would have thought.
Yeah, I thought it was offside as well. Man, oh man. Referees are all over the place here. Lancers want to make a substitution.
In that previous sequence, there was a 50-50 ball about the 40-yard line that Braden Schrage and the big player number 20 for East, I thought it was going to be a huge collision there.
Oh, yeah. And right off of that, huge player from East, Moran is his last name.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah. Collinsville trying to get ahead of steam and move it into the offensive zone, but Baker loses control of that particular dribble, and it comes down in front of the box, and Peterson, nice play there, pushes his defender off and gets away with it, so of course it's a nice play. Miguel Gaspar sends it back out to midfield. Wynn takes care of it and dies it down, and Jackson Perrell sends it up. Now we're getting kind of late. 8.5 minutes to go here in this second half. Collinsville trailing by a goal. Play at midfield. And you know the Lancers will be just content with sending the ball back to their defense for a minute and then sending it back up and go back and forth. But Collinsville needs to wrestle that ball away. Out of bounds it goes in front of the Lancers bench, and it'll be a Lancers throw-in. Up the line. Lures back off of his head, and it continues to run up the line. Miguel Gaspar comes out and takes care of it. Sends it back out in front of the Kahok bench, and then it comes down for another Lancer opportunity here on offense. They'll punch it into the box. Pops up again. Schrage will pop it back up, but he'll send it back out closer to midfield. Takes a big bounce. And then down to the ground for Perrell. Perrell runs into Moran. And then Reiniger sends it up, trying to find Figueroa, but that ball is punched all the way back down. Collinsville will have a goal kick restart here by Gaspar with 7:20 left to play here in this second half. Getting kind of late.
It is getting late.
Trying to punch the ball into that wind is almost impossible.
Collinsville's got to get the equalizer here pretty quickly.
Into the Kahok bench it goes. Lures back. Throws it back in play at midfield. Tag Baker off of his head and back behind the Kahok bench. 7 minutes to go. Kahawks trail 3-2. Looking to keep alive their 6-game winning streak. The 3-game shutout streak is obviously over. That ball ends up into the away fan stands over there. Nice throw by a fan.
That's a long way away.
It is. Play takes place over on the far side. Figueroa tries to come in for the steal. Couldn't quite complete the feat. And then back over this way we go. And trying to chase it down is Peterson. Here's Schrage. Punches it up for Perrell. Perrell was trying to feed Landon Mahat, but missed that feed. Collinsville now just trying to get it out of the defensive zone. Can't do much scoring from this direction.
We're struggling to maintain possession as well. Keep turning the ball over in the middle of the field.
Just under 6 minutes to play now here in the second half. Kahawks back in action Tuesday night against Alton. And then the following night against Granite City for senior night. We'll be here for that game. Tuesday we'll be in the gym for Southwestern Conference Tournament girls volleyball action against the same school, Belleville East. Here's a chance. Peterson cuts in over on the right side, sends it toward the goal, and that's going to be off of a head, and Collinsville will get a corner kick with 5.5 to go.
Peterson served a nice ball there towards that back post. Tag Baker just stepped in front of by that Belleville East player.
So Figueroa and Mahat over there at that far side corner post. It's Mahat who will take the kick, and the wind messes with that one. It's a knuckle ball. And there it is! Tag Baker ties it up with a shot from about 5 feet away, and we are knotted at 3.
I'm not sure who served that ball in from the corner, but it was a beautiful ball. Ball bounced around a little bit inside that 6-yard box. Tag Baker was able to hammer it home to bring us the equalizer.
Yeah, he was about 1 foot into that box, and that ball came right down onto his foot, and he knew exactly what to do with it. Now Tag Baker regains his team lead in goal with 7. Oh, there's a steal again. Here comes Collinsville trying to go ahead. And a shot by Reiniger is off of a defender and all the way back out to midfield. Jackson Perrell gets the ball, sends it over for Peterson. Peterson gets taken out, and a whistle will give Collinsville a free kick from about 30 yards away.
I'm surprised he earned that call there. Collinsville saying, heck with overtime. Let's go for it now.
That's what I'm saying, too. Figueroa and Mahat. He's got a chance at a shot here, and it's in the middle.
There it is!
And it's what a
save!
Simpson and Mahat sends it off the line, and out the other side it goes. Boy, oh boy.
Man.
That was the greatest save ever there by Caleb Simpson. Boy, he just kept his team alive in that one.
Caleb Simpson saves the day for East. That ball is headed towards the back of the net. Send the Kahawks home, hopefully.
It was blistered, too, man. That ball had some zip on it.
Did you see who it was?
No, I did not.
Yeah, me neither.
Lancers send the ball back upfield. We are tied. Brand new game. And here come the Lancers with a chance, and that ball goes across the line off of the foot of Peterson. So Belleville East with a corner kick coming up here. Man.
Somebody in the stands says Kahawks don't flop.
Kahawks don't flop, and they apparently don't stop. Here's the ball, and that one's headed out. Nice job by Compton, because that was going to get blown into the net by the wind.
Did he get his head on it?
I believe he did.
Okay.
Now we're going to have a corner kick from the opposite corner. Lancers dangerous again. This one's popped straight up into the air, and then a header goes over the net. So Collinsville with a chance here as we approach 3 minutes to play here in this second half. We're tied 3-3. And Miguel Gaspar will send it back out to midfield. That wind holds that ball up and drops it about 20 yards before its final destination was going to be reached. Here's Peterson. Nice job keeping it in. Oh, I thought he kept it in.
I thought he kept it in too.
Throw in by the Lancers. Up the sideline, comes right back to where it came from Yanger, and then popped up into the air right in front by Lorsbach. And then it's popped into the front of the box. Collinsville gets it back out. Peterson with a chance. He tries to turn. He gets tugged. He gets pushed. He stays with it, and then he gets knocked down.
I love listening to the purple and white, listening to these fans.
2:15 left to play here in the second half. That's a pretty nice job into the wind getting that ball out that far. And then it comes all the way down, and Gaspar will send it back. Wind makes it die again. Comes onto the legs of Peterson. Here comes Peterson. He tries to send it up for Figueroa, but didn't send it enough. And now the ball on the line. Oh, that's pushed through the legs, but that's a real shame that that defender was there instead of Figueroa because, man, oh, man, that would have been fun to watch.
Are we under 40. A minute?
Under a minute.
Not quite.
1:40 to go. And it comes down in the box and then popped back out. Here is Jackson Perrell. Uses his head to keep the offensive pressure going on, but the Lancers come away with it. 90 seconds left to play. Here in this second half, we're tied at 3. Tag Baker comes away with the ball and tries to stay with it. Comes out to Mahat. Mahat down to Figueroa. Figueroa couldn't get there, and that ball is sent out of the box right before Yahir could get there. Here's Perrell. Sends it up. Peterson to Figueroa. Let's at least Figueroa get some of that fancy footwork going on into the middle, and Peterson couldn't continue the push into the middle, and that's a handball by
Figueroa had a chance to send Peterson through. I know Peterson was wanting the ball. He had a nice straight line to the goal. Just didn't make it to his feet.
Lorsbach said that it was off of his shoulder, not off of his hand, but he didn't win that argument. And Simpson will send it back down. Just a little over 30 seconds left to play here in this second half. Here is Figueroa at midfield. Gets pushed from behind. No call. Fans wanted that one again, and Now it's pushed up and pushed over here. 20 seconds left. Collinsville's ball still, so Peril with a throw in. Collinsville with an opportunity to get this game winner before time runs out to Figueroa. Figueroa skirts around one defender, sends one up into the box for Crowder. Crowder with a shot that's partially saved by Simpson, and then it goes wide. And that is going to do it.
That was a
time
beautiful
will run
ball
out.
by Figueroa.
Time will run out, and we are going to go to overtime. So a battle back. Lorsbach and Tag Baker, they end up scoring the final 2 goals of this second half, and we are tied at 3. We'll take a break and come back and bring you overtime in just a moment here
Looking
on
for
the
a little
Kahok
bite
Sports
to eat
Network.
in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking. Conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, your place for online auctioning. Go to ogleauctions.com to check out the week's items up for auction. Ogle Auctions deals in everyday items like board games, t-shirts, clocks, antique items, and more, to collectible items. Anyone in the market for, say, a trolley? Or maybe you're into more treasure troves like vinyl albums, cars, or motorcycles. And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more auctionable items. Ogle Auctions of Collinsville. Auctions every Sunday at 7 p.m. Check them out at www.ogleauctions.com or call Kim or Mike Ogle at 618-218-2117.
I might have lost my camera. I think we might have ran out of time. Yeah, I think Clay Smith had the camera set to run at a certain time, and I think that time is over. See if you can get a hold. You guys don't have radios up here, do you? See if you can get a hold of Clay Smith and see if he can reschedule me a game here. And we welcome you back to Kahawk Stadium. I believe our huddle camera ran out of time. It usually gets set for a specific time frame, and I think that time frame might have ran out, so we're trying to get a hold of Coach Smith to reset the time again and get us back up and running here, just in case that's what happened, because I came back from commercial and the screen is black. All right, so until we wait for the camera to pop back on, we'll do it old-fashioned radio style. You can look at a black screen or stare out your window or something, and we'll tell you what's going on. 3-3, we're in the overtime period number 1, where we will play 2 10-minute overtime periods. And if we don't have a goal scored by then, we will go to penalty kicks. Collinsville will be traveling from the left to the right, from the right to the left. And trying to get out of the way of this wasp here, too. Got to do too many things at once. Here comes Collinsville. They bring the ball up, and it is Mahat. Mahat will send the ball up, and into the box it goes. Yeah, usually takes about 20 seconds after they turn it back on. And no, audio's still fine. We're still live streaming. They still got audio. As we 1 minute expired here in this first overtime period. Play takes place over on the far side and sent out to the middle where Jimmy Crowder takes it and sends it up the line and over here to Mahat. Now over here onto the near side to Tag Baker. Tag Baker will send it back over onto the far side off of the head of Peterson, and that one's going to go across the end line, and it'll be a goal kick restart here for Belleville East.
Coach Smith says he's going to do his best to reboot it from his phone. We'll see what kind of magic he can work for us.
Yeah. Let's hope so. Or we'll be doing the old-fashioned radio broadcast. So Caleb Simpson gets it started with a goal kick restart all the way back out to midfield. And trying to track it down over there is Collinsville. They do. They send it back up the line. Here comes Yahir Figueroa. Figueroa up the wing, and then that ball is kicked across the end line by Belleville East, and Collinsville will have a corner kick. It'll be Mahat and Figueroa over there on the far side corner. And it's on the way and right into the hands of Simpson, and he almost dropped that ball after he caught it.
Bobbled it a little bit.
He did. So no harm, no foul there. 3-3 game remains the same. Simpson sends the ball back out to midfield. Sky high. Collinsville will have the wind at their back here in this first overtime period. And it comes all the way back out into the Collinsville defensive zone for Dane Compton. Compton sends it up the line, and then Lorsbach sends it back up through the middle. And with the ball in the middle, it is Mason Mueller. Mueller kicks the shin of Reiniger, and Reiniger comes up limping a little bit. Yeah. Here's Figueroa at midfield to Crowder. Gets it up to Reiniger. Reiniger puts on a nice move, gets around one player, couldn't get around the other one, has to hop over him to get that ball back again, and he just couldn't quite complete that task. All the way back out to midfield, the ball goes. Belleville East trying to settle it down and give their team a little offensive push. Here it is to the near side sideline for the Lancers and Tanner Stinnett. And then up into the teeth of the Collinsville defense. Compton trying to work things around and a hold away
there
from the play.
Good battle by Mahat. Definitely a size and weight difference there. He was able to hold his own. He did a good job.
So Shiragi will set the ball down on the football 25-yard line in front of his goalkeeper, Gaspar, and he sends it up. Tag Baker chips it right into the middle of the field, and then it comes back out toward midfield. Jackson Perrell, he slows it down for a moment off of a foot and then back out to the middle of the field. For the Lancers, they look to bring it up, trying to get around Lorsbach. They do. And then Shiragi ends up with the ball right past Perrell, and now the Lancers are coming in a little dangerous over there on that left wing, trying to find a little seam to push it into. And then they give it up to a midfielder over there on the far side sideline. They pop it into the front of the box, and it rolls down the back of one of the Lancers players and right to Miguel Gaspar.
I see some tired legs out here, Todd.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Moving slow here at the start of this first overtime.
Simpson had to make a two-handed save over his head on a bouncing ball, and they get it back out, do the Lancers, and they send it back out to midfield. They push it up into the offensive zone. Chasing it down over there is Shiragi. Shiragi will let the ball go across that sideline, and it'll be another throw-in coming up here for Collinsville. 5:20 left to play here in this first overtime period. We're still tied at 3 as we wait for our camera to pop back on off of the head of Peterson and to Crowder, who tries to find Figueroa. Reiniger trying to chase it down over there, and it gets kicked into the Collinsville bench, and the ball will stay with Collinsville. Figueroa gives the ball up to Jackson Perrell, and Perrell will throw it in from the end of his bench.
Can he get
has to have some chairs moved out of the way.
Bench there? Goodness.
He has to go back behind the bench. They split the chairs so he has room to throw and throws it into the box, and it comes right back to him, and he uses his head to put it right back in front of the box. Ball won't settle down for anyone right now, and then the Lancers come up with it over on the far side sideline and send it back up to midfield. Shiragi uses his head to bat it down, and then Lorsbach does the same. Out to midfield for Jackson Perrell. Peril
nice
sends
ball.
it up the sideline. Here comes Figueroa
Chip him.
coming in from the
Yes.
right side and off of the football goalpost just a little too high, as that wind at the back will sometimes pick that ball up and carry it just a little bit too high.
That ball found Figueroa's feet, and he saw the goalkeeper, Caleb Simpson, out off of his line. You heard me say chip him because he certainly had the opportunity to go over the top.
Ball comes back out to midfield after Simpson's restart kick. And Lorsbach sends it back into the offensive zone. Collinsville trying to settle it down. And a ball that's rolling around on everybody. And tell you what, Sam Garofalo did everything but settle the ball down. Now we have a couple of players tugging on each
Handball
other. Yes.
Somebody.
Oh, they're going to call that against Jackson Peril, as he and Jack Tock were tugging on each other's jerseys. And they're going to say that hit Peril in the hand.
Was that a handball?
3:20 left to play here in this first overtime. No score thus far. 3-3 remains the game. And a free kick from about 35 yards away here, or 45 yards away here for Belleville East. They put it into the box. It's headed back out by Collinsville. Sent back in and down on the ground. Lorsbach gets his foot on it, pops it up over on the far side, just outside the box. And it's sent up. Collinsville into the offensive zone. That's going to be a nice race by Reiniger, and Reiniger gets taken down from behind and about the 30-yard mark, just as he and Figueroa were getting ready to go in.
That's a breakaway. That should be a card.
And the referee is going to talk to, and now he's going into his pocket for a card.
That was a 100% breakaway.
Yellow
for
card. Yellow card for Quentin Enriquez. And Collinsville will have a free kick from about 30 yards away with a chance to take a lead here. Everybody's screaming that should be a red card.
That
And
was a scoring opportunity. That should be a red card.
referee goes over and talks to the sideline judge on the far side. Give him a red and a yellow. I don't think you can do that, can
I
you?
don't know what that was, but that was definitely a clear scoring opportunity for Reiniger coming down the middle of the field. Would have been 1v1 with Caleb Simpson.
Clock is stopped with 2:27 left to play here in this first overtime period, as the referees continue to talk about it over on the far side sideline. Quentin Enriquez, who scored the third goal for the Lancers, now has to go out until the next time. Now we're going to get Collinsville a little closer, aren't we? Are we?
I think he's pushing the wall back.
Okay, pushing the wall back. Ball's going to stay where it is. Now we're going to add to the wall. We're going to have a four-man wall, as either Mahat or Figueroa are going to take this kick, and it's going to be Figueroa, and it's going to be too high. Man. Off of the football goalpost again. So Collinsville couldn't do anything with the opportunity on the free kick. And it'll be Simpson who will send us back to a start as we approach 2 minutes left to play here in this first overtime period. Hoping to get that camera back up there for you here in a moment. Simpson sends it out low but far, and it takes a bounce for the Lancers into their offensive zone, settled down by Peterson and then knocked out of bounds by Compton. Or, excuse me, Garofalo. Substitutions going on here for the Lancers, and of course they will bring back in Quentin Enriquez, who received that yellow card just a moment ago. We're trying to fix the camera, kids. It's not my fault. Figures that's the only time that anybody comments during the whole game is when the camera's not working. At least the audio still is. Close your eyes and let me paint a picture for you. Beautiful sunny day. Collinsville is wearing purple. Lancers are wearing white with the sky blue shorts. Collinsville and the Lancers are tied at 3, and a shot by Baker, and he couldn't get enough on it. right in front of the goalkeeper, Caleb Simpson.
Adam Reiniger's having himself a really good first overtime here. I think they've pushed him up versus playing a wing mid, and now he's playing a forward position. And he's generating opportunities.
Ball bounces past midfield into the Belleville East zone. And then over on the far side, Peterson sends it up the line to Figueroa. Figueroa trying to chip it up for a teammate, and that one's right in the middle. Headed down by the Lancers, and back out toward midfield it goes. Lancers send it back out into the midfield circle.
30 seconds.
And then pass. 30 seconds left to play here in this first overtime. We will play 2 overtime, regardless if anybody scores in this overtime or not. If no one scores in either, we go to penalty kicks again. Here is Tag Baker. Reiniger, he's directing traffic. Told Baker to come up that sideline. Sends it up to Baker. Can Baker get there before it goes across the end line? He will, but he rolls on it like he was trying to jump on a fumble in a football field. Oh, that was funny.
I'm not sure what that was.
Not me either. And that is the end of the first overtime period with no one scoring. We are tied at 3, and we will have yet another overtime period coming up for you in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food, all created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 855-8027. The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville Kahawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes that bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org.
Drink it in. Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. Each ingredient chosen carefully, every blend crafted masterfully. Nurturing your passion, nourishing your purpose. So you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
I just don't have enough time to try to figure out how to get this camera hooked up. Here is Yahir Figueroa shoots, and a save by Simpson. I'm trying to hook up my camera, but here's the thing, folks. I would have to shut everything down and fire everything back up in order to bring my camera back online, and really, honestly, we don't have time for that. So I can't fix the camera. You are going to have to deal with just me doing the play-by-play. I am very sorry. That's the way things are going to work out now. 7:38 left to play here in the second overtime. See, I wasted a lot of time trying to figure that out, and we missed about the first 2.5 minutes of this overtime. So I apologize. Don't know what's going on, but we'll try to figure it out later, and right now we just have to deal with it what we can. If we have a little bit of time in between this last overtime and the penalty kick phase, then maybe we'll try to do something with it in commercial break, but I'm not going to promise anything.
Those first 3 minutes, Collinsville showing some pressure there in that first 3 minutes of the overtime. I thought we were going to put one in there with Reiniger inside the 18-yard box.
I didn't mess with any buttons. I didn't push anything. It just came back from commercial, and all of a sudden the screen was black. So everything was working just fine up until that point.
Technology.
I know. Don't you love it?
Mm-hmm.
Except for when it doesn't work. And then everybody screams at you. Fix the camera! Sure. Let me take off my headset and go up there and get my tool belt out, and we'll be right on top of that. Comes back into the Collinsville defensive zone.
Uh-oh.
And now into the box it goes, but luckily for Collinsville, it's not going to end up on the foot of a Lancer player, so there's Miguel Gaspar sending the ball back up sky high to midfield. Comes down for Tag Baker. Baker uses his head, pushes it into the offensive zone, but Belleville East sends it right back out, and now deeper into the offensive zone, but Gaspar is going to come out and take control of it. Comes down right in front of our location, and Baker heads the ball, but he was already out of bounds when he did so, and it ends up into the front row of the stands here. Popped up again and out of bounds.
About halfway through this overtime.
Yeah. Throw in comes in, and it goes over the Lancer player and comes down onto the foot of Compton. Compton sends it back up to midfield for Yahir Figueroa. Figueroa is trying to leave it for Reiniger. Reiniger has to go chase the ball down, and before he can, it's sent over to the sideline by Belleville Easton from in front of their bench. They send it back up the sideline. Back to Gaspar, and Gaspar punches it, and back out to midfield it goes. 5 minutes to play here in the second overtime.
He had to be offside.
Brings it up, yep, and a try by the Lancers here, and Shiragi is going to get called for a foul in front of the box.
I think he is a delayed offside.
Yeah, it was a delayed offside because they're bringing the ball back out toward midfield.
But me and everybody in the stadium saw it from the start. I don't know why it was so delayed.
Ball punched back into the Collinsville offensive zone. Lancers come away with it, but then a steal by Crowder. Crowder on the wing tries to find Figueroa in the middle of the field, and Lancers got a foot in there just in time on defense to prevent that from happening. Sent back out toward midfield. Settled down by the Lancers. They make the push back in the offensive zone. Collinsville trying to steal the ball away. Lancers can't get that pushed into the offensive zone. Kind of stays at midfield right now. Then over on the far side, Lancers send the ball up and into the box it goes. And Miguel Gaspar and the forward collided in midair, and both of them are on the ground in front of the box. And they're going to stop the clock for an injury timeout. I know that I think that's O'Connell that ran into Gaspar, and Gaspar is still laying there. So we have a timeout.
Was that ball heading into the net, Todd?
I don't think so.
It was not. Was it going to go wide?
It looked like it was going to go wide.
It's hard to tell. I did not see the collision there between the East forward and Miguel Gaspar. We have to watch and see if Carter Wagner needs to start getting warmed up, which is very tough from a goalkeeper standpoint. Not only are you looking at coming into the game late in overtime, but you're also looking in the future of potential penalty kicks.
Yeah.
That's not an easy job coming in cold.
Clock stopped with 3:56 to go. Gaspar looks like he's going to get up, and he'll be under his own power.
But he's going to have to come off for at least a second.
He's going to have to come off until the next available substitution time. And Carter Wagner is going to come in cold and try to hold the fort until that next opportunity to make substitutions. And it comes with 3:56 left to play here in this first half.
Now the question is Miguel going to be well enough to come back in?
Yeah.
Keep an eye on that. There was no foul called, correct?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Throw in for East.
And they throw it in deep, and it's popped back out by Collinsville's defense, and then the ball kind of takes a weird spin and comes right back over to where the throw-in was, and a nice steal over there by Peterson. Sends it up the line trying to find Reiniger, and Reiniger punches the ball out of bounds.
3.5 left in the second overtime.
And the ball comes down, and East trying to move it in. They pop it up. That ball is going to go well wide and well high of the goal. And Carter Wagner. And now Miguel Gaspar will come back into this game. Yes, I know the camera is not working.
They must have just joined.
I guess so. I don't know. Gaspar sends it back out, and to midfield it goes. And then it's punched back into the offensive zone by the Lancers. They're dangerous, and they send the ball high and wide once again. So Collinsville will have a goal kick restart. 2:45 left to play here in this overtime period. Second overtime period. No one scored in the first one. We remain tied at 3. Gaspar sends it back out toward midfield. Falls down. And again, it's picked up by Andrew Moran. Moran sends it up, and then a shot toward goal, knocked down in the box, and they're going to say it was a handball. Was that in the box?
Well, he'd be signaling towards the PK mark, so I'm going to say no.
They ended up calling that a handball too, didn't they?
I think so. But this is...
Yeah, that was...
Stopping the clock. Is he going to go confer with his linesman again?
I guess.
I feel like this is a football game more than a soccer game as much as they confer.
I can't believe how long this thing has lasted. It's almost 6 o'clock, man.
Yeah. This is dangerous territory here, right about the, I don't know, what would you call that, 12-yard line?
Yeah.
Just outside the 18. It's about the same area they scored from on their first goal.
They're going to have a free kick here, and they have a wall, and Figueroa is going to take care of that far post. As the referee is setting up the wall for Collinsville, and now he'll come back, and when he blows the whistle, we'll have this free kick. Now Figueroa comes away from the post. Here is the kick by the Lancers, and it's going to be high and right through the football uprights.
We've reached the 2-minute warning.
We call it that. Gaspar sends the ball back out to midfield. Boy, the wind took care of that one.
Gracious.
Oh, man, that one just landed about 20 feet away or 20 yards away. And it's up to Tag Baker to try to keep that ball from going forward. It's off of the Lancers player, so they're going to say Collinsville's ball. Jackson Perrell will throw the ball back in and move it up. Get it right back at midfield. Mahat sends it over to the far side, off of the head of Reiniger, and Collinsville trying to push it up inside. Here is Crowder. Crowder shoots, and it's just going to go wide. And we have a whistle on the play.
I think we got a corner kick.
We have a corner kick.
That was a prime opportunity for Jimmy Crowder to send us home winners.
1 minute left to go here in this second overtime period.
Definitely had our chances in the overtime.
Here is a kick from the corner by Figueroa off the post. Off the post over there. Crowder had another opportunity and clanked the post.
One defender back.
At midfield we are. And the ball poked back up into the Collinsville offensive zone. Crowder tried to wrestle that ball away again. Almost was successful. Look at all the referees we had over there wearing the white. And
30 seconds left.
Yeah. Ball goes the other way. And back out toward midfield it goes. Lancers settle it down. Collinsville trying to rip it back off. They do so. They send it up the far sideline for Reiniger. Reiniger cuts in the middle. Looks for Figueroa. Overshoots him. And it bounces in front of the box. And Caleb Simpson catches the ball first and then flops on it.
He's holding it for penalty kicks.
And the ball skied back into midfield, and that's exactly what we will have. We will have penalty kicks after we take a little bit of a timeout here, and we'll try to figure out the camera in that little bit of time if we can, but if not, we'll be back and just tell you all about it in a moment here on the Kahok
and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food, all created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 855-8027.
Call Up Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Call Up Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Call Up Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Call Up Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Call Up Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at callupjennings.com.
Well, we are back and we have a camera, and we don't know what happened with that, but here's the deal. The camera is going to pretty much pay attention to that big group at midfield, so we might not even be able to see what the penalty kicks are going to look like here. As the we need to move this. We need to move the group back that way. Yeah, we need to move the group of would-be kickers up to about the 20-yard line in order to see this. We're not going to be able to see it, so the camera's not going to do us any good anyway. Anyway, penalty kick time. Unless all the people at midfield don't move.
Well,
because the camera's going over there, but the camera's freezing up too. So,
who's our first kicker for East?
First kicker for East looks like Gavin English. And English is on the way, and it's a save by Gaspar. Miguel Gaspar with a huge save on the first penalty kick. And Collinsville with a chance to take the early lead on the PKs here, as the first kicker for Collinsville will be Landon Mahat.
Something for us to pay attention to. Caleb Simpson saved 4 penalty kicks in the round against O'Fallon. So he's clearly proven
You're lucky. You're lucky if you can save one.
If you get one,
yeah,
you're good.
All right, here is Mahat trying against Simpson. He's on the way, and it's
Yes.
good. So Collinsville out front 1-0 on the PKs already.
Tucked it in just inside that left post or right post of Caleb Simpson's.
And we got the camera back, but as you can tell, it's freezing. It is freezing off and on and off and on. And here comes our second penalty kicker for Belleville East. And that one is through, and that one's off the foot of Quentin Enriquez, I think. Is he wearing number 8? Or is it number 6? Or
Cannot
is it
tell.
number 9? Or it's number 8? Here comes Collinsville's next kicker, Adam Reiniger.
Couple freshmen being faced with some pressure here.
Reiniger against Simpson. Simpson
Well struck.
pushes it in.
Simpson gets a piece of it.
We are not going to have a post-game program. We've already played all of our commercials over and over again, so we're going to go ahead and call it a day after this one. We were supposed to be out of here about an hour ago. I told my wife I'd be home around 5. It's now 6 o'clock. And the next man up is Andrew Moran for Belleville East. Gaspar has already saved one. Here's the shot.
2.
And 2! Gaspar this time goes out to his right and picks up his second save here in PKs.
Miguel coming up big in overtime or in penalty kicks here for the Kahawks.
There's Braden Shiragi stepping up to take his kick. There's Shiragi, and that's a save by Simpson.
Save by Simpson.
See, the camera's still paying attention to everybody at the middle of the field, so we got the camera back, folks, like you wanted, but it's not doing as much good, is it?
Anton Mosley, the freshman for Belleville East, steps up to be the next kicker for East.
We're going to have to talk to these people about moving this line up a little bit from now on. Here's Mosley's kick. And that one's in.
With authority.
Yes, it is, up in the upper corner. Tag Baker will be next for Collinsville. Baker ready to go. So is Simpson. Here is Tag Baker's try. Good. Just snuck it past Simpson, who guessed right.
Not much pace on that ball either.
No. That was very mildly struck. And now Maximilian Mueller, who scored a goal in this game, will be the next penalty kicker. Gaspar is ready. So is Mueller.
Right down the middle.
Right down the middle, and Gaspar guessed to the left, and it came to the right. And Figueroa, if he makes this one, Collinsville will win this. So figures it would be Figueroa with the last gasp effort here after he's had a pretty good game. Scored a goal earlier, tied it 1-1. Figueroa's ready. Here it is, and it's good. And Collinsville pulls off the win in overtime.
Comeback win
by a score of 4-3.
Shows the character of these players. They didn't back down to adversity. Way to come back and get the W.
Yeah, that was a hard-fought win. Collinsville was down 3-1 at one point. Came back and scored back-to-back goals by Tag Baker and Lorsbach to tie it up, and then we go through 2 overtimes with no score, and then we ended in penalty kicks with Miguel Gaspar making a couple of huge saves in the PKs.
Absolutely, you've got to get a save, at least one out of your goalkeeper in PKs. To get 2, that just solidifies your opportunity to come away with the win.
Thank you, Mr. Brett Borm. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Appreciate you. We'll see you Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
All right, that is Brett Borm, and I'm Todd Duke. No post-game show for you, so I apologize to Cullip Jennings Flores, but it's been a long day, and we're going to go ahead and get out of here and try to enjoy the rest of this beautiful weekend. So until Tuesday from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium for some girls Southwestern Conference Tournament volleyball action against the Belleville East. My name is Todd Duke. Everyone, enjoy the fantastic weekend.